Got it. We're recording. So I know that it is a sacrifice to be here. I know you have like a million things you could choose from, but you've chosen to be here. And I'm so excited. I know Lauren and Tiffany are really excited because this business has changed all of our lives and changed all of our lives differently. This business is not like a fix-all type thing. Like you have to put in a lot of work, and you have to put in the energy, and you have to put in the investment, and you have to put in the time. But what you get out of it, like whether it's financial, physical, emotional, spiritual, like there's just so much to get out of it if you are willing to invest. So welcome. Like this is what we do when we have our coach webinars. We just get on, we chat, we answer questions, stuff like that. So I'm going to tell you simply just kind of what we do as coaches. It's as simple as this. We get access to the workouts. We work for Beachbody, if you didn't know that. We get access to the workouts. We get the meal plans. We get the products. So like I actually have my pre-workout right here. We live the lifestyle first, and we have that go first attitude of like, I'm going to do the program first, and I'm going to get the transformation first, and then I'm going to invite you to join me and do it with me. Like that is what we do. We are examples. We are leaders. We talk to people on social media about our workouts, about our lifestyles. We invite them to join us, and then we hold their hands as they walk through the programs too. We don't position ourselves as experts, although whenever you're like 2 years in, like I am, I do have a lot of experience, and Lauren and Tiffany are both over a year in. We have a lot of experience with different programs and things, so we can help more than I could day one of coaching, but I still don't position myself as an expert, and neither do any of the coaches that I've ever worked with. Like we fully recognize that the experts are the trainers that we get our programs from, and we're just like that middleman that are helping people get access to them and then saying, hey, let's do this together. It's the coolest thing. So I'm going to pass it on to Lauren first, Lauren then Tiffany, and then I'll tell you mine. But like, how did you get started? Because I think it's so interesting to hear like what made you, how'd you find out about coaching, and then how'd you get started? Lauren.
Yeah, okay, so a little bit about me. My name is Lauren, and I'm from Minnesota. So I did not know Paige at all. So she's my mentor coach, and that's kind of what I call her. I didn't know her at all, and I found her one like October, November day, and it was just like, I was like, who is this girl? She's talking about a banana and bringing a snack someplace, and I was like, what is she doing? And so then I just kind of followed her and kept like along with the story. And then I started messaging her because she was talking about teaching, and I'm a teacher too. And the conversation kind of just like grew from there. And I had a lot of fears, and I asked a lot of questions, and I was kind of back and forth. I talked to my husband, and at first he was like, yeah, let's like totally do it. That's super exciting, blah, blah, blah. And then he thought about it more, and he was like, I'm not sure about this. And then that kind of put some fear into me. But I just kept talking to Paige and asking questions. And then one day in February, I was like, literally, what do I have to lose? Like, okay, I lose some weight and I share about it on Instagram. Cool. And I get like these great results going into summer. Like, what more could I need? And that kind of happened initially, like my first before and after. It was kind of crazy. I am a smaller girl. I'm only 5'3". And on this journey, I've lost 20 pounds so far, and I don't plan on losing a ton of more weight. Like, I don't need to. So it's just kind of like maintaining. And then just the energy that I get, and then the community as well. I don't know if that answered it, but.
Okay, so Paige and I are second cousins, and which is weird because we were Facebook friends, but we had never met in real life ever. So then I started seeing these posts on Facebook, and this was like a little over 2 years ago. And she was like using peanut butter and like a milk jug for her weight. And I'm like, what is this person doing? So like I started like following and creeping because I'm like, this is kind of weird. And I am someone like, I did all the sports in high school. I was, super into that. I've never been super skinny, but I've always been kind of like more athletic and fit and blah, blah, blah. But whenever I got to college, I gained 60 pounds because I wasn't doing sports, and it was just the worst. So I'm following Paige, and I'm like, what is she doing? This is not how you work out. To work out, you need to go to the gym. You need to lift weights and all this stuff. So I actually kind of reached out to her and was like, I know I need to get my life together. but I don't know what to do. And then her and I chatted for about 8 months before I was like, okay, this is worth it, because I'm like, you can't work out at home. That's not going to get you results. Like, why? Like, no, you have to go to the gym. But time and time again, I was kind of failing myself. I would buy a really expensive gym membership and I would say, okay, I'm going to go every single day at like 4:30 a.m. And it lasted for like 2 days. And then I'm like, well, I'll just go after school. And then that would last for maybe a week. And then I would kind of just give up on myself continually. So finally, after 8 months, I'm like, okay, like I don't have anything to lose except a crap load of weight. Like that's pretty much all I have to lose in this. And so finally I joined Paige, and with my first program, I lost like over 9 inches in just the first couple weeks and a lot of weight. And it was like the longest stretch of consistency I had had in a really long time. And now it's been like a year and a half and no looking back. So here we are.
I love that. So my story is really similar. I followed a random girl on Instagram. Actually, I found her on Facebook, and then I looked her up on Instagram, and it was the same type of thing. Like, I didn't have a healthy lifestyle that I loved. I was your typical like calorie counter runner, and I saw that she was doing something different. And not only that, she was consistent and making money. So for me, I reached out for the money aspect. I was like, okay, if I can make money and if I can get healthy while doing it, I might as well try. And pretty much for me, the rest is history. I watched her for probably 3 months. We had a conversation probably like a month in, and then I took 2 months to think about it and thought, nah, this isn't for me. And then finally I was like, I cannot stop thinking about this thing. I might as well at least try it, because if it keeps being on my mind, there's probably a reason. And something I really wanted to point out from both Tiffany and Lauren is like, they just watched me live the life. Like, I didn't know what I was doing, people. Like, I did not have weights. I was using peanut butter and bleach at the very beginning, but it caught somebody's eye. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be the expert. You just have to share what you're learning and do it authentically and honestly. Like, I could have been embarrassed and been like, pretended that I had weights or like ran off to buy weights, but I'm like, I'm just going to use what I have and show people that this is possible, even if you don't have all the things that it takes to do it. So I think that's super interesting. Do any of you have questions so far about like before we started, or any fears we might have had when we started? Sweet. I'm looking over here at the chat because I asked you to put your fears. And I think it's so interesting that most people I talk to have this same fear of just failure. Like, that is the biggest fear, is that I'm going to invest in this thing and it's a scam and I'm going to lose all my money. Like, that's just what people think, is that they're going to lose money, because you hear over and over and over again that like pyramid schemes or it's a scam, you know, MLMs all suck because this, and this, and this. But I'm somebody who's like, I saw people doing MLMs that were different than this. And I wish that I wanted to sell wraps and make $1,000 a month, because I had a friend doing that, but I wasn't passionate about that. So this just felt really different to me. And that's why it works for you. Not it works, you know what I mean? That's why it works for me, is because I'm actually passionate about the service I get to offer people, not the products. The products are awesome. Obviously, I use them every day, but I love the service that I get to provide. And when we talk about what we actually do, we walk people through programs, and I'm in contact with the girls that I'm working out with that are in my groups daily. I'm in my challenge group and I'm going live and just being me. And again, Carissa can tell you, she's in my group. I'll come in sometimes and I'm sucking, you know, or like, I can't do this. Like, I'm not enjoying it today. I'm just authentically me. And I don't pretend to be the expert. And I know that Tiffany and Lauren don't either. It's just living your life authentically through these programs and helping other people see what's possible through what you're able to do. It's just a really cool opportunity. So you know why we got started, but I think it's really interesting that a lot of times once you're in it for a while, and we've all been doing this for over a year, that your why kind of changes. Like, at first for me, it was like, I want to make money. That was a big thing for me. And I wanted to be healthy. And although those things are still there for me, obviously, like, I definitely want to make money. You guys, if you don't know, I stepped away from teaching to pursue this full time this last year. So obviously that's a big deal for me. Obviously I want to be healthy, but there's a deeper, like, bigger why for me these days. And I'll share in a second, but I'm going to pass it to Tiffany because she has a really big, meaningful why that she's kind of discovered within the last couple months that's really important to her, of why she continues coaching.
So every now and then whenever I talk about this, I start crying. So I'm sorry if that happens. So whenever I started, it was, very like vain reasons. Like I just hated the way I looked. I wanted to look better. And not that that is a bad reason to do this, because it is not a bad reason to do this. So I started losing weight, and I kind of got in this big lull of like, what's the point anymore? So then I went to our annual conference, and I had like this like epiphany of why this is so important. And I mean, I know that being healthy and being fit is just important in general, but I had this epiphany of why. So whenever I was in high school, so this was several years ago, my dad got diagnosed with cancer. And my dad is someone that like I have looked up to my entire life, as far as just like the hardest working person, most driven, committed person that I have ever known ever. Like, I mean, started his own business and would get home from work and then would work some more. And that's pretty much all he did. He was always going, going, going. So whenever he got sick, that slowed down, obviously. And he kind of, I mean, he was in a hospital bed for a couple months. So he was literally incapable of doing all of the things that he loved doing. And a lot of that, I mean, include just things like feeding the dogs or letting the chickens out of the chicken coop. Like, he was literally physically incapable of doing those things. And then the last couple years, I've had some other people in my family get really sick and unable to walk up the stairs to go to bed. So seeing that physical incapableness in people and it's things that they can't help, it's like, why would I allow myself to get to a point of being incapable whenever I am fully capable of being capable, if that makes sense? So it's like, why not take advantage of all of the capabilities that we have to be as physically healthy as we can be, because we're capable of being capable. I don't know if that makes sense. So seeing people in my life really just not be able to be their best self and not being able to physically do the things they want to do, it just hurts me so much on the inside, because there are some people that get to the point of not being able to play with their children, of not being able to walk their dog because they're not taking care of themselves. So it has just become my mission to help people take care of themselves as well as possible, because why not? Why wouldn't you want to live your best life, as millennial as that sounds?
Lauren?
Okay, my why was a little bit different. So I started for very vain reasons too. I saw the money or the possibility of making money and paying off my student loans, and I'm very driven by that. And so it started as money, and then it went into I have no energy. Before I started this journey, I was exhausted all the time. I woke up thinking about, okay, I could go to school, teach all day, and then come home, get the things I need to get done, and then get in bed as quickly as I could. And then, of course, that night I was so tired, like on the couch watching Netflix, and I would have to like peel myself off the couch. And I knew that I was like, this was not how life was supposed to be, like craving sleep all the time and not like enjoying my life while it was here and happening right now, and just like waiting for the weekend so I could sleep until 11 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. It was just like such a waste. And so that really was like the beginning point. But my why has changed, not only because of the energy that I have now and the confidence that I have that I can walk into my closet and pick out any outfit I want and wear it out of the house without even looking in the mirror and not having to worry about it. But it's really the community. It's really the team. It's the girls. It's the constant, like, this is not just a physical transformation, but also a mental. Like, I was working on my mindset before I started my journey, but not really, because I wasn't applying it or I didn't know how to apply it. So for me, it started with money and then having no energy. And now it's the community and just that I'm constantly becoming the best person I can be.
So I think one important thing to really notice is that everybody's whys and everybody's stories are really different. And that's the coolest thing about coaching is like, you're not trying to change the whole world. I mean, it'd be amazing, right? If we could get everybody on board with us. But the reason we share our stories, and that's how we sell, by the way, is we share our stories. That's what matters, not the products. Like, we don't really show products because they don't matter. Like, our stories are what matter. And how we've changed from the inside out is really what matters. But the person you're wanting to impact is the person that is where you were when you started. So like, that's why we share our stories so often, is your real why is going to get the core of where somebody else is hurting right now. And when they hear your story of redemption, like, they're going to know that they have hope and that there is something else for them and they don't have to stay stuck in whatever it looks like for them. So if you follow me, you've probably seen a little bit of my story and my healing. That's one of my biggest whys, is that this whole community and like taking care of myself in every way possible led me into counseling, which led me to huge breakthroughs in healing that I never would have had otherwise. And now I'm super passionate about sharing the business opportunity with people because it's changed my life, guys. Like, I was a teacher and I assumed I'd retire as a teacher, even though I didn't like 100% love it. I just didn't really think I had other options. But now I work from home and my life is designed, like, I design work around my life. Like, you should see my calendar. I have so many things in it, like ministry things at church or like meetups with friends, because I'm designing my life the way I want to design it because of this opportunity. Now, I do want to mention that this can be full-time like I have. It can be part-time. It can be whatever you want it to be. So with that, I want to really go into how we make money because it's pretty simple. And I'm going to make it as simple as possible. It can get complex, but it really shouldn't be. So we make money really in two ways. Like I said, we share what we're doing on social media. And the way we make money is whenever somebody purchases our workouts or our meal plans or any of the products, like Energize, for example, or Shakeology, or we have apparel. I don't know if you saw my bra earlier today. I just about flashed you, but you better not. But we have apparel. We have all kinds of things. And you're going to make 25 to 40% commission off of everything, which is a really big deal. I've talked to a lot of other people and a lot of other companies, and a lot of times you have to hit a certain rank to make a certain percentage, and that's not the way our company works. It's 20 to 40% for every single thing. And most of what I sell personally, I'm making 40% because I'm selling what we call challenge packs, which is the whole deal. It's the workouts, it's the meal plans, and it's a couple products. So I'm making 40% commission off of most things I sell. And to break even and make money, and this was extremely important for me because I was just like you, mostly because my husband was really skeptical of this. I needed to know without a doubt that I was going to make money from month one, and my husband forced me into like, you're going to make money, otherwise you're not going to do this. So I had a ton of pressure. So I needed to know before I started, like, can I make money with this? You only have to help 3 people every single month. That is 1 person every 10 days. And if you are consistently sharing your story and showing your workouts and showing your life change, not just products, then there's no way you're not going to help 3 people a month. Like, people are watching and waiting at all times. Everybody on this earth, most people, 99.9% of people, want to feel their best. So as long as you're sharing authentically and not just trying to make a buck, you're going to end up making money. Like, that's the really cool thing, is when you have the right mindset about what you're doing and it's truly about people and helping them through breakthrough and feeling their absolute best instead of making money, the income actually follows it, which is super cool. The second way we make money, actually there are seriously so many ways we make money, but I'm just going to cover like the main 2. The second way is whenever you start to build your business. And what I mean by that is you start teaching people how to run the business, which don't get freaked out by that. Like, we can help you through that once you get to that spot. But once you start helping people build their own businesses, then you start to make bonuses. So essentially, this is the part that people think is like scammy. This is why people don't like pyramid schemes, because they feel like, I want you to do this for me so I'll make more money. But that's not even the way that this works. So for example, Tiffany and Lauren are both on my team. They are coaches. They signed up with me, but I don't make a dime off of either of them individually. That's why it's not a pyramid scheme. It's not a scam. I don't make money from them. How I do make money though is when everybody on my team is doing well. if everybody on my team is helping people consistently, then I'm rewarded with a bonus, which is super cool because it encourages me to be a good leader, a good steward of the people that are under me. And it helps me, like, I don't see success by just signing up a bunch of coaches. And I think that's really important for people to know. I don't really gain much from signing up one coach or 10 coaches. Like, that's not the point of this. Numbers is not the point. The point is life change and helping as many people as we can actually get results with our programs and our meal plans. So the two biggest ways we make money: commission, 20 to 40%, and then cycle bonuses, which is whenever your growing team begins to help more people. So I know that's a lot of information, but what questions do you have? Specifically, I kind of want to focus on, like, say you start. What questions do you have about what it would look like to start coaching and how you make money? Because that's the thing. Like, if you sign up, we want you to be successful. We want you to help people. We want you to make an income. Otherwise, that's when it does start to feel really discouraging, as you sign up and you spend money because it's a business. So we want you to see success right out of the gates. So what questions do you have for us? Or are you like, I don't know enough to even ask a question?
Tracy,
Yeah, I just realized I could unmute myself. I'm a teacher too. What do you teach?
Me?
No, I know you stay home now. What
do you girls?
About with that?
I have taught 2nd, 5th, and now 6th grade.
And then I taught 2 years in high school, and right now I'm on my 2nd year in 4th grade.
Yeah, I teach. I've done several things in the school system, but the last 2 years has been 2nd grade, and I'm exhausted. That's why I look so beautiful. 2nd grade's rough. So I think my biggest question is from the social media part. And I told Paige I've had like an online boutique before. I don't want to say the name, but okay. So I sold LuLaRoe. Kind of embarrassed. And then I sold Agnes and Dora. And actually it was really fun and I really enjoyed it. And I made good, like, I just did it as for fun. And then my money was my little, play money. But we moved from Kentucky to Texas and I didn't know a lot of people. And so I was shipping everything back to Kentucky and I was just losing money because I was really bad about shipping for free. And it just became a headache. And so then I just kind of stopped. I just was kind of over. I did it for a couple of years. And I've been following Paige for, I don't even know. I feel like I stalk her a little bit. And like, sometimes I'm like, okay, I want to do this. And then I'm like, no, I don't want to do this because like, I haven't worked out myself in over a year other than like walking my dogs. And in Kentucky, I like worked out with girls all the time. But I told Paige I was like skinny fat. And I also talk a lot in a ramble, so just ignore it. I'm like squirrel. I'm telling like 5 stories at one time. But where's my story going? I don't remember now. Anyway, so I've not worked out. So I want to do this because for one, I think I want to work out and like feel better about myself and my mom bathing suit, because I'm a mom of 4. I have a 20-year-old all the way down to a 4-year-old. And so I want to feel better about myself in a bathing suit. And I want to, feel better because I'm teacher tired to the extreme. And, but my thing is, back to my question, like, so I have an Instagram, but like, do you suggest like, cause it's like my kids and like my personal Instagram. So do you suggest like, once you start this day one, like you have a brand new account that's just all for this?
So I think you go either way.
Because I have a lot of my kids, which I mean, I'm an open book and I'll share myself, but I feel like with something, because my Instagram is private.
Right.
So I feel like something like that, I'd almost rather it be starting from fresh. So like, yeah, I mean, it would be public, but like I would have different, I'd probably post things differently than what I did when it was private.
So my main reason for creating a new account, and you can go either way, I don't really remember. I think they both created new accounts too, but I wanted people to come physically like it. So I had the okay to reach out to them, because I felt like if I did it on my personal page, people would be like, oh, I started following you but just because you're my friend. And then I wouldn't feel like I could reach out to them because they hadn't like agreed to be in on this new thing. You know, I don't know if that really makes sense, but that was the way my mind was working. And I thought, if you come follow me, then you're probably interested in what I'm doing. And then I have the green light to message you or ask if you want to join. And then I also had people on my old account that I just didn't care for them to see what I was doing. So that's what I did.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah. Do you have to do, I have a Facebook, but again, it's just like private family stuff. Do you have to do a Facebook, or do you get most of your business from Instagram?
Mine's mostly Instagram.
Okay. I prefer Instagram, and it's hard to manage so many things.
Yeah, I am on both, but like 99% of my business comes from Instagram. So, and I think earlier, go ahead, Tiffany.
I was just going to say, like, I think that the beauty in all of this is you can do it however you want. So if you feel like doing Facebook, you can do Facebook. If you feel like doing Instagram, you can do Instagram. Like, there is no one specific set way that it's definitely going to work, or one specific set way that you have to do this. It's just whatever you're comfortable doing.
Yeah. Because when I started clothes, it was entirely on Facebook. But I'd much rather prefer Instagram now.
Then I think that's best that you use that mostly. I think you were also going to ask about time, I don't know, on social media, but literally everything in the business is up to you. And the time you put in usually reflects your income. So it's like, if you want this to be a thing that you just have fun money with, you know, like a few hours a week, a few really intentional hours a week, plus showing up just consistently, you'll be fine. For me, like, I could put better boundaries on social media. I truly think, even still doing this full-time and making a full-time income, I truly think I could do an hour a day on social media and be great, but I get really distracted. So it's not that it takes all kinds of time. It's just if you're able to be disciplined enough to get in there, do your stuff, and get out.
Yeah, that's another one of my concerns, is that my husband is very, I'm on my phone too much.
Hey, if you're already on it, just say like, okay, same amount of time, but great income. You know, like I think that's a lot of it too. It's like, if you're already on Instagram, if you're already posting a lot, if you already love Facebook or any social media, you might as well like attempt to use it to inspire people and to make some money.
True.
And it really does boil down to time management. Like, it's all about time management, whether that be like your time management that you're on your phone, or, you know, like whatever it is that you're doing. That's all it boils down to.
Yeah. Okay, so the last thing I really want to mention is what it would look like. Say, like, after this, you're like, okay, I'm like gung-ho. This sounds amazing to me. If you signed up today, your first week as a coach would look like picking a program, doing it to completion. So like 21 Day Fix, for example, would be a great one because it's short. Sharing it on social media and having conversations with the people who are watching you and engaging with your posts about it, and saying as simple as, I saw you liked my post about my workout. Do you want to work out with me? Like, it's as simple as that. So sharing the lifestyle, having conversations with people who you think would like to do this with you, and then getting them started on workouts with you. It's like creating this tribe of people around you that can hold you accountable, and you can hold them accountable, and just encourage each other through the whole thing. Like, that's what this is all about. So you would be in some coach groups. You would never do this alone. Like, we have tons of resources. And then you gain this big old happy family. Like Lauren was saying, I cannot even tell you the number of times that I've been in a situation that I'm like, I literally would not be in this position or with these people had I never said yes to this. And it makes me really sad to think of, if I hadn't said yes, like the number of people that I wouldn't know. It's just crazy. So does anybody else have questions? Or Lauren, Tiffany, do you have anything else to add?
I had a question about, like, so if I were to start, like, I haven't worked out in a significant amount of time. And so, like, would it be better to, like, complete a program and then be starting on a second program and be like, look what I've done so far? Or would it be better to just, like, jump in, both go for it? Because I feel like people are going to look at me and be like, oh my gosh, you're such a joke.
No, they're going to look at you and think, holy crap, I'm inspired because she's doing the thing. Like, that is totally a fear from the devil himself. Like, you do not have to be qualified. The only thing that qualifies you to be a coach is that you're willing to show up just as you are and be real and authentic with your journey. Like, that is the most inspiring thing you can do. And people want to see the hard. They want to see you struggling through the workouts so they know, so you're giving them permission to struggle through them too. Like, I would have never gone to the gym to find a professional trainer because I would think that's not for me. Like, I don't want to be like that, but I do want to like work out with a girl next door who's on my level. Like, that's what this is about. So throw that fear, write that fear down and burn it and never let it come back into your mind again.
Well, and people can't connect with that because they want to see the ups and the downs, and they want to see, oh, I don't want to work out today, or I'm not starting at my goal weight, and how did this happen? And like seeing that whole journey because they can relate to that. And I also like try to Fitbit. I tried a daily walk with my husband. I was like, we're gonna hold each other accountable. And at the time we were living in North Dakota. No, like that was not gonna work because once it started snowing, I was done. I tried Julian Michaels at home. Show up day one.
It's about the community. Like, honestly, the reason I keep going, because your health journey, no matter what position you're in, no matter how far you have to go, no matter how far along you are, you literally always need people. So one of my favorite things is like, if I don't feel like going to work out today, I can go to Lauren's page or I can go to Tiffany's page, especially those people who work out way earlier than me. I'm like, okay, if she did it, I can do it. And they're constantly sharing their encouragement and their inspiration. And the girls on my team inspire me more than anybody else on Instagram because they're showing the heck up every single day. And I'm like, if they can, I can. And when I have a down day, they have an up day. When they have a down day, I have an up day. So it's all of us like rallying together to say, this is important and we're going to make it a team thing. Like, we are a group of strong women who are committed to growth and committed to consistency. Like, that's really what it is. And then inspiring other people to do it.
And I don't know how long you've been following Paige or Lauren or whoever, but if you have been following us for a while, you would have seen that we all met for the very first time in real life a couple months ago. Like, Paige and I are second cousins, and we literally met because of all of this. Like, other than Facebook meeting, because that doesn't count, like, we met because of this. So that's just really like cool that it brought our family together, and like she came to my wedding and everything because of this.
The community is everything, literally everything. I love it. Does anybody else have questions? We've been here. We're almost good. I said 30 minutes in my head, but man, I get so excited. So.
I have a question. So the next step would be to, you said, purchase like a workout meal plan.
Yep.
Start your Instagram page.
Yep.
Not you page, but your Instagram page.
Right.
Be like, this is day one. I'm doing this, and you're, whoever's going to come along with me. Exactly. Even if you've only got 3 followers.
Seriously, no. I actually just listened to a podcast today about like the number of followers and how a small number of followers sometimes is better because they connect with you on a more personal and one-on-one level. So don't let that hold you back either. Something else I have to mention before we get off is the investment. It is $160 to get started, and that's for your workouts, meal plans, and then your first set of products. And then every month after that, your only investment is 2 things. Number 1, $15, so Beachbody takes care of all shipping. Tracy, you'll love that. You never have to go to the post office. The second thing is just your products. It's like, okay, if I'm going to be selling these to people, then I need to be using them myself. So like, you're going to see I drink Energize every single day because I want it for my workouts. We have very pure ingredients in our products. And so you're going to spend around $120 a month. But like I said, that's why the 3 people is really important. Once you help 3 people, you've broken even. And just to put it into perspective, my first month versus now, I began making I would say full-time in 2 years, a full-time income in 2 years. So if you do decide to get started, just recognize it's the long game. This is not a get rich quick thing. You can for sure make a couple $100 a month when you start, like for sure. But to be making $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month or $6,000 a month, like it's going to take you time. I started making $1,000 a month consistently at 6 months. And then at 9 months, it was up to 2,500, and then 2 years rolls around and it's at 4,000. Like it continues to grow if you are consistent in what you're doing. It is not easy. It's a real job. It takes real work, but I'm telling you, this everything that you get out of it, money aside, I would pay $160 every single month and not make a dime. Like that's how worth it is. That's how worth it is for me to be invested in this community that we have. So
I know Taylor said it before, but you don't have to make this full time. Like I'm a teacher and I don't plan on not being a teacher anytime soon. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah. And I didn't start wanting to go full time. It was something God did. And I was like, you're going to move, you're going to do this. But do you know how amazing it would be if I wanted to teach? Like I think about it all the time. I wish I wanted to teach because then I'd have all of this fun money and my debt would be gone already probably. But that's just not the path I'm on. But it'd be super cool. Like best case scenario, you have a full-time job you love and you have a part-time job where you make a full-time income. Like it can be whatever you want it to be, which is super cool.
And if we can do it, you can do it. Like I did this through moving, through getting married, like through everything under the sun, getting my wisdom teeth out. If we can do it, you can do it.
So true. Okay. Well, we're at 45 minutes, so I don't want to keep you all night. If you think of other questions, feel free to message any of us on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you know us from. Ask us questions. We love to share. We're all passionate about what we do, and I'm excited about the possibility of adding 5 people to the team because the more the merrier. So thank you for coming. You are free to go.